Alright, let's dive into what Netflix has cooking for August 2026, because honestly, this lineup feels like they're pulling out all the stops. I mean, every month they drop something new, but this time? It's like they're trying to outdo themselves. Personally, I think what makes this month stand out is the mix. We've got finales, new series, documentaries, and even some animated chaos. It's not just about quantity, it's the variety that's got me hooked. So, let's break it down, shall we? First up, Outer Banks Season 5. Now, I've been following this show since day one, and the fact that its ending feels bittersweet. What's really interesting here is how they're wrapping it up. The Pogues losing John B? That's a gut punch. But the idea of them going on a quest to bring someone back from the dead? That's bold. In my opinion, this could either be a brilliant finale or a messy one. What many people don't realize is that finales often define how we remember a show. If they nail this, Outer Banks could become a cult classic. If not, well, let's hope they stick the landing. Then there's Ricky Gervais' Alley Cats. Animated comedy about feral British cats? Sign me up. What makes this really interesting is the contrast. Gervais is known for his sharp, sometimes dark humor, but this feels almost whimsical. I'm curious to see how he balances the chaos of Alley Cats with his signature wit. From my perspective, this could be the sleeper hit of the month. It's not just about the laughs, it's about whether Gervais can bring heart to a story about stray animals. If you take a step back and think about it, that's a tough act to pull off. Now, 100 Years of Solitude, Part 2, this one's a big deal. Adapting Gabriel Garcia Marquez is no small feat, and the fact that Netflix is wrapping it up this month feels significant. What this really suggests is that they're confident in the storytelling. But here's the thing, the novel is a masterpiece, and adaptations often fall short. Personally, I'm rooting for it, but I'm also bracing myself. A detail I find fascinating is how they'll handle the magical realism on screen. It's not just about the plot, it's about capturing the essence of Macondo. If they get that right, it could be groundbreaking. My Brilliant Career is another one that's caught my eye. Period dramas aren't always my go-to, but this one feels different. What many people don't realize is that the novel it's based on was ahead of its time in terms of female ambition. Sibylla's struggle between love and career? That's still relevant today. In my opinion, this could resonate with a lot of viewers, especially those who've ever felt torn between their dreams and societal expectations. One thing that immediately stands out is the setting, 20th century Australia. It's not a period we see often, and that alone makes it worth watching. And let's not forget Tyre Season 3. Workplace comedies are a dime a dozen, but this one's got heart. What makes this really interesting is how it balances humor with the struggles of running a family business. Shane and Will's dynamic feels so real, the bickering, the bonding, the shared history. From my perspective, this show's strength is its authenticity. It's not just about the laughs, it's about the relationships. If you take a step back and think about it, that's what makes a comedy stick around. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. Operation Safed Sagar, a Hindi-language historical drama about a real-life military operation. That's a bold move. What this really suggests is that Netflix is doubling down on global storytelling. Personally, I think this could be a game-changer. It's not just about the action, it's about shedding light on a story that deserves to be told. A detail I find fascinating is how they'll balance the historical accuracy with dramatic tension. If they pull it off, it could set a new standard for war dramas. My Life with the Walter Boys Season 3, teen drama, but with a twist. What makes this really interesting is how they're handling the cliffhanger from last season. Georgia's health crisis? That's a curveball. In my opinion, this season could either bring the characters closer or tear them apart. What many people don't realize is that teen dramas often reflect bigger societal issues. Here, it's about resilience and family. If you take a step back and think about it, that's what makes this show more than just a guilty pleasure. Our Sticky Love, South Korean rom-com with amnesia? Sounds like a recipe for either disaster or brilliance. What this really suggests is that Netflix is leaning into the tropes we love while adding a twist. Personally, I'm here for it. The idea of a gang member pretending to be someone's boyfriend because of amnesia? That's peak K-drama. But what makes this really interesting is whether they can make it feel fresh. In my opinion, it's all about the chemistry between the leads. If that clicks, this could be a hit. Then there's Mourinho, a documentary about the legendary football manager. What makes this really interesting is the timing. Mourinho's career has had its highs and lows, and this feels like a reflection on his legacy. From my perspective, this could be more than just a sports doc. It's about leadership, pressure, and what it takes to be called the special one. A detail I find fascinating is the behind-the-scenes access. If they've got exclusive interviews, this could be a must-watch for football fans and beyond. Badly in Love Season 2, reality dating with a twist. What this really suggests is that Netflix is doubling down on the format, but with a unique angle. Personally, I think the Yankee theme could make it stand out. It's not just about romance, it's about rebellion and vulnerability. What many people don't realize is that these shows often reflect cultural trends. Here, it's about youth in Japan and their search for connection. If you take a step back and think about it, that's what makes it more than just entertainment. Finally, Moria, a biographical drama about an Argentine icon. What makes this really interesting is the fictionalization. It's not a straight biopic, it's a reimagining. In my opinion, this could either elevate the story or muddy it. But what this really suggests is that Netflix is willing to take risks. A detail I find fascinating is how they'll handle the controversies in Moria Kaysen's life. If they do it justice, this could be a cultural moment. So, there you have it, August 2026 on Netflix. Personally, I think this lineup is a statement. It's not just about giving us something to watch, it's about pushing boundaries, telling diverse stories, and keeping us guessing. What many people don't realize is that streaming platforms are in a constant battle for our attention. With this lineup, Netflix isn't just playing the game, they're changing it. If you take a step back and think about it, that's what makes this month so exciting. What do you think? Which show are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments below.